Equality. As human beings, we all deserve and should be treated equally, regardless of any religious, ethical, sexual orientation, or any other characteristics. However, even though we like to see our world as an evolved and more forward-thinking place than ever before, we still display some mistreated group that accounts for half of the global population: women. Gender inequality is an issue that continues to plague our world, and even though we certainly have come a long way in some basic civil rights, one place still sees women faring much worse than their male counterparts: the workplace. According to the International Labour Organization, the median gender wage gap for 115 countries that have reported their data is that women earn 14% less than men on average. Also, only 27% of managerial positions in the world are currently occupied by women. And, moreover, and perhaps more worryingly, women face harassment and other inadmissible barriers in the workplace, with 34% of female employees saying they have faced harassment by a male colleague. This puts into perspective just how much we still have to achieve before we can truly say that women are on equal standing to men in the workplace and in life in general, with predictions estimating that we are still over 135 years before we achieve true equity. This will not be in our lifetimes and perhaps not even our children's, and really puts into perspective the gender gap. However, we cannot let ourselves be frightened by such a bleak prospect. We need gender equality, and we need it as soon as possible, and it is with this mindset that iSAW was founded, to accelerate gender equity on a global scale. iSAW brings women and allies together with interactions to promote personal and professional growth for women and bridge the gaps that are currently in place. One way iSAW specifically does that is through their Lives platform, an online social community that brings members together and offers a space for learning, discussion, and connection for members all over the world. However, iSAW and Lives are not only focusing on helping the individual, they also want to promote impactful change on the top brass, where change can influence even those who are not members of iSAW. To do this, iSAW is making a business case and study to showcase companies how much they can gain and how much they're currently losing by the current gender gap that exists in the workplace, and how they can use the ESG framework in conjunction with gender equality to improve prospects. So what is this ESG? Well, ESG is a framework that stands for environmental, social, and governance. Three major factors that explore how a company is run and indicate to investors which companies are there for the long run and good places to put their money. In the environment, we see measures such as carbon emissions, greenhouse gases, extractivism measures, and others. In social, we explore how a company interacts with the society it is in, its employee policies, and also how it's viewed by the public. And in governance, we look at how a company is run, how it interacts with public governance, and how its ownership can promote safe and lasting businesses. However, many companies do not clearly understand ESG, neither how they can be compliant with it, and this is where iSAW comes in, with a business case for companies where our owners team of the University of Arizona worked on. Working directly with Nancy Speedo, iSAW's founder, we were tasked with researching a specific ESG aspect and how gender equality is both affected by it and affects it. And together with Eden Benatar, a partner from Mass & Growth, which is a consulting company, I researched about governance. Governance is extremely important because you not only see how the notorious lack of women in higher levels come into play, but also how we as consumers are stakeholders of businesses, and how women can use their buying power, which is estimated at $31 trillion globally, to actively push for change. With all of the research on ESG gathered from our teams working on different frameworks, we use each team's findings to produce a comprehensive report in the form of a slide presentation to showcase the leaders at iSAW and Mass & Growth. This process was an incredible learning journey for me, and apart from the immediately obvious knowledge I gained on ESG, the research and presentation creation process, I highly valued the experience of working with driven individuals that all work together for a greater cause. When we came together to present our findings to the leaders at iSAW and Mass & Growth, I found myself in a terrific learning environment. One where I was not only there to take criticism, but actually a two-way learning environment where no one had all the knowledge and all the people presented to learn from us as well. This experience also gave a great opportunity to see what we learned in class about the banking system of education and how a helper and help mindset between instructor and students is not the only, nor even the best way to learn. Well, working with such interested and welcoming people that helped me as much as I feel that I helped them with the mission and business case of ESG is something that I'm truly grateful for, that I have been working with Nancy, Eden, and other people at iSAW during this semester, and something that I'm really thankful to have been a part of. So what can we do to keep pushing for gender equality? Well, Within a company's higher level investorship, they do care about a company's outward image. And we as stakeholders can use this factor to lobby and promote companies that are doing good in having a safe and inclusive workspace environment for women. Another great thing I learned from my experience at iSAW is that everyone, not only women, can and should act as allies to promote gender equality. So, if we use that stakeholder position to shop consciously, promote our views, and lobby for change, we can help shape the businesses and the world we ultimately want to live in. And this is something that I also plan on doing to keep promoting gender equality.